The Dilf Manor we've been waiting for is finally here, but it's not the Dilf Manor we thought we was gonna get. In today's video, the show I'm about to talk about is not called Dilf Manor, sadly, but rather it is called For the Love of Dilfs. It's a show where instead of it being basically the inverse version of Milf Manor, a group of fathers and their daughters get together in a manor to try to find love, which by the way we would never know would happen in a million trillion years because we all know the type of backlash that would get. But rather it's a group of young men getting their mac on with a group of older men. Yes, I know, I think I speak for all of us when I say, hey yo, pause! Alright, since I got that out the way, let's go ahead and get right into it. So the show kicks off with Dr. Dilf, the guy that's doing the voiceover work, basically giving us the two archetypes that are gonna be on the show. Them being himbos. Himbos are muscular, kind-hearted gentlemen that are ready to party, and daddies who are, wait, y'all know who daddies are, man. Y'all can connect two and two together, man. I don't have to give you a description of what a daddy is. They also go on to introduce us to the host of the show, that being Stormy Daniels, who, by the way, I had no idea who they were at all. But as the show went along and I was seeing everybody's reaction on learning that she was the host of the job, I had to go ahead and educate myself on who this individual was. So I went ahead and did my research, and yeah, I did not expect to collect the data that I did. So for the people out there that are in the same boat as I was on who the heck this Stormy Daniels person is, well, Stormy Daniels is an adult film actress. When I learned that, it all made sense to why I had no idea who this individual was, because me being the God-fearing man I am, I don't engage in such heathenous filth. During my research, I found out that she not only had a helping hand in classics such as Space Nuts and TITS, Bouncing Above the Law, but she also was a part of some of my favorite movies growing up, them being The 40-Year-Old Virgin and Knocked Up. It's crazy to think that she played a part in my childhood, but not in the way that you would expect. Oh, and one last thing, because I would be remiss if I didn't mention this. As the making of this video, her name is definitely coming up a lot more than usual because of the whole Donald Trump indictment situation. Why is that the case, you may ask? Well, basically, Donald Trump and Stormy Daniels both engaged in coitus, and Donald Trump gave her a lump sum of money to keep their affair on the DL. But hey, y'all didn't click on this video for the Stormy Daniels deep dive, so let's just go ahead and move on from that. So we are introduced to the himbos, one of them being Phoenix, letting it be known that he is a Pisces. Yes sir, Phoenix, putting on for the Pisces, water gang in the building, yay yay. As well as Tokyo, who makes quite the introduction.
What's poppin'? My name is Tokyo. I'm from West Hollywood, California. I'm 29 years old. I am a rapper, MC, the baddest bitch you ever met in your motherfucking life. Yeah.
Surprised he didn't hit one of these. Period. After that whole soliloquy. He also goes on to talk about what he wants, and he gets a bit graphic.
A bitch needs some warmth at night, and it's nothing but a nice, sexy, thick day to keep a bitch warm.
Hey man, the brother knows what he wants. Okay, so the first thing that they make the contestants do is pick the underwear of the daddy that they would like to go on a date with. During this, you can see Tokyo literally chomping down on one of the daddy's pantaloons. When I saw that, I thought that was crazy, man. You don't know where them underwears is from. Yes, obviously the show probably takes precaution, but why would you risk it, huh? Why would you take their word for it? The daddy could have easily picked the underwear that he did a whole 24-hour stream where he would just sitting in a whole puddle of sweat while having mud booty. For all you know, that could have been EDP's underwear. That could have been the underwear that EDP wore when he was trying to go grab a cupcake. I would never take the chance of putting something that could be that vile in my mouth. But hey, Tokyo might be into that type of thing, so let me go ahead and calm down and let me not kink shame my old boy. Which, by the way, I did a whole video about EDP. If you haven't checked that out, go ahead and check that out. Link down in the description. Okay, so all the daddies picked the underwear that they would like to go on a date with, and then we are introduced to the daddies. One of the daddies is a content creator, and another one just outright bashes Massachusetts for no reason.
Hello, my name is Bobby Knight. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. It's that filthy city on the East Coast, and I'm here to find love because there's nothing good going on back in Boston.
Like, how can you say that with a straight face knowing we have places like, I don't know, New York just down the road? God, just the thought of New York makes me sick. They have literal rats roaming the city. Like, when he said that, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man, I got so tight, bro, I almost punched my screen. Like, there was no need for that. My kindergarten teacher once said, if you don't got anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, Buster. So yeah, they go ahead and match the underwears with the daddies, and almost everybody is enjoying the person that they match with. One of the daddies is not really rocking with the person that was holding his underwear.
When I found out I was paired with Phoenix, my first sentiment was no bueno, no good. It's not a match. I was trying to be political, and I also like to give people a chance. So I'm like, okay, you know, even though he's not my physical type, it might be more to him.
At least he said he was gonna give him a chance. So yeah, they go on their dates. Some of the highlights being Tokyo's date, for instance. Tokyo gives us a little freestyle, gives us a mean 16.
I got that sloppy top here, but you already knew that. A whole lot of spit, no gag, bitch. I'ma do that. When I bend it over, pussy hanging, chew that cut. Splits on a dick, give a bitch cat.
Oh, yes.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. When I heard that freestyle, I was like, I haven't heard lyricism and storytelling at that high of a level since Kendrick Lamar, MF Doom, Andre 3000, and a bunch of other greats that were just born with the gift, the ability to wield a pen. Get that man a record deal ASAP. Alright, so the next day, we move on to Jeffrey and Mateo. During this day, Jeffrey let it be known that he is from Boston without insulting the place.
Where are you from?
I'm from Mexico.
Mexico.
What about you?
Originally from Boston. Live in New York now. I've been there for like the last 12 years or so.
Oh, wow.
You see, Bobby, you can bring up Massachusetts without saying any slanderous comments towards it. Like, I don't know why you had to disrespect my hometown like that, man. Like, I'm still tight about it. But Bobby, come on now. Okay, after that, we move on to the date between Alex and Tony. It went great. It went swimmingly. It went well. But I do want to say one compliment that Alex gave Tony that I want to talk about.
There's a gentleness to him and curiosity to him, and he kind of looks like Captain America a little bit.
I don't know about you guys, but Captain America wasn't the first person that came to mind when I saw him. The first person right off the bat that came to me when I first saw him was Mario Lopez. He's kind of giving very much Mario Lopez. Do you know who else came to mind when I saw him? Do y'all remember the George Lopez show? He looks like if Ernie had a kid and he grew up to become a stud. Alright, moving on to the last date between Phoenix and Tony. Not to get confused with Captain America Tony. Phoenix had a good time with Tony on the date, basically saying like, hey, off the ripper, off the yumper, I liked you, but I did not expect to vibe the way we vibed, man. I felt some chemistry between me and you.
Honestly, there was a great chemistry. I knew I liked him. I didn't know that it would vibe like that. And when I found out he was a title holder, I was like, crowd makes sense. Competitive makes sense. Winner makes sense. I make sense.
But sadly, that chemistry and that vibe that Phoenix was feeling between the two was only one-sided because Mr. Thick himself was like, nah, I'm alright, bro. I'm good on that, man. If I could go the rest of this whole show without going on another date with that man, I'll be solid. I'll be Gucci.
If we never go on another date, it'll be perfectly fine with me.
When I saw that, man, I couldn't help but relate to Phoenix, man, because I've been in his shoes far too many times. You thinking when you vibing with someone having a good time, but next thing you know, you go ahead and get ghosted by them. Like, what's up with that? Like, I thought we was cool and for real. I thought there was something between us, but apparently not. Apparently I misread the whole entire situation. But hey, let me go ahead and stop myself before I go full mask off and this becomes a different video. Oh, and before I end the dating segment, I do want to talk about the guy that's doing the voiceover work, Dr. Dilf. He was saying some crazy stuff during this whole entire episode. Like, for instance, during this date, right, between Alex and Tony, he said this line right here.
They say if If you stare into Alex's back hair long enough, it'll tell you the exact date you're going to die.
Man's had me closing my eyes like these, man. I wasn't trying to see all that. I came here for a good time, man, not to see when I die. I'm not gonna lie to you, Dr. Dilf. Kind of morbid. That's some morbid stuff right there. Like what is wrong with you? Okay, moving on. The dates end, the daddies get together and they have a conversation about when they came out. And one of the daddies, Jeffrey to be exact, hasn't fully done this. He actually got on this show to put pressure on himself to come out.
So when we wrap before it airs, I'm gonna end up sitting down and having this conversation. And in a way, this forces my hand. I can't put it off. I've been ready for a while now, and so now either I tell them or someone's got to call them and be like, did you see your son on that show? So one way or another, they got to find out. Love you, Mom.
And I thought that was crazy. Hey, Jeffrey, hopefully the show did its job and you either came out on your own volition or someone outed you for being on this hypersexual reality show like Dr. Dilf says.
Clearly, Jeffrey thought about the most thoughtful, intimate way he could come out of the closet. Then he did the exact opposite by coming on a hypersexualized reality show.
So yeah, after that we move on to the himbos, and off the bat we go ahead and get introduced to some tea.
So I'm not gonna lie, guys.
What's up?
Do you guys like know each other or like? Cause it's a little clicky.
A little clicky.
No, I feel like you can't
all the way over here.
like you can't sit with us.
I know Phoenix because she's best friends with one of my exes.
Yes, Phoenix used to be best buds with Tokyo's ex. I'm gonna go ahead and use my psychic power and say that you are thinking, what do you mean tea? That's harmless, right? Right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and inform you that there's more that meets the eye. Transformers, more that meets the eyes. Transformers! Yes, there is some drama between the two. And I'm gonna tell you guys this right now, it's about to get messy. Like, look how Mateo has to break this awkward silence with an awkward laugh.
Is there any tension between you guys and like that situation or no? Really? I mean, I had to ask, you know, like...
You can clearly see that there's some beef stewing between the two, but first, before we can get into that exactly, I want to go ahead and touch on this thing real quick, right? Okay, so after this conversation, right, we get cut to some B-roll, and Dr. Dilf is talking over this B-roll. I want you guys to hear this and tell me what you guys hear.
Before anything moves forward, Phoenix and Tokyo meet outside to try and clear the air by making the drama 100 times worse. Good on you, boys.
Do you guys hear that echoing? Actually, I don't think that's a good way of describing it. It actually sounds like two Dr. Dilfs are talking at the same time. Like, do you guys not have anyone watching it over to, like, you know, catch things like this? Y'all had me checking my laptop settings like I was the problem. This reality show really gaslit me into thinking that I was the reason why Dr. Dilf sounded like that. Okay, now back to the drama. Okay, so after that B-roll shot Dr. Dilf talked over, we get cut to Tokyo and Phoenix stepping outside to address the elephant in the room. So basically what I got from this conversation is, again, Phoenix is best friends with Tokyo's ex, and Tokyo and his ex did not end on the best terms, and cause of that led to Phoenix saying some unsavory stuff about Tokyo. Look at me spilling the tea. Okay, I feel like one of those drama influencers that talk about situations like that Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez thing. So yeah, they're talking, and there's something I do want to mention that Phoenix says that I do need some clarification on.
I mean,
Still be annoyed.
We're gay. Everybody dates each other.
Yeah.
You hear that all the time.
Like, is that true? Like, is y'all dating circle really that small that y'all just, like, it's inevitable for you guys to overlap one another? Hey, for my gay folks out there, man, I'm gonna need y'all to comment down below, man, confirming or denying these allegations, man. I need to know, like, is that an actual thing? That's a common saying that you guys have, like, oh yeah, man, like we're gay, man. We're all gonna date the same people. All right, back to the topic at hand. The the conversation between the two is going well. It's going swimmingly, but it takes a turn after Phoenix says this.
Listen, it was no shade.
I mean, might have been no shade, but like honestly, like I was there when like you were on your knees asking for his hand back, all that.
And I'm gonna tell y'all this right now, my man Tokyo is not one of them. You ain't about to make him look no type of way without any consequences. So after Phoenix says this blasphemous statement, my man Tokyo decides to turn up.
Like I vouched for you.
Well, pause. Let's clear this up because you're making me feel like a punk ass bitch. So don't sit up here in front of the cameras and being all cute like that was shady. That was shady as fuck. Like, and look.
Hey man, shouts out to Tokyo, man. That was a W press right there. Such a W that it had Phoenix backpedaling.
You are in the space to make the right decisions and make the right choice words. So I guess that
I didn't mean for this to be heated. I think this is something we can table. Obviously, we've had a history before. I don't think this isn't something we can move past. I blundered it. I can admit that.
Yeah, on camera.
That man Phoenix wanted no smoke with you, Tokyo. Zero smoke. So yeah, the interaction between the two ends, and Phoenix proceeds to say that I don't know where I stand with Tokyo.
The truth is, I don't know where Tokyo and me stand. That's concerning, but guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Before we move on, I do want to give you guys my assessment where I think Phoenix stands with Tokyo after that conversation. In my personal opinion, after what I saw, I don't think you're in good footing with Tokyo, man. But that's just me. Okay, so after that, we go ahead and move on to the mixer. But before we get into that, I do want to show you guys one last line Dr. Dilf says. I really wish I could show you guys all of the crazy things he was saying, but hopefully the few that I've showed you guys, it kind of gives you the gist on the type of timing Dr. Dilf was on this episode.
That went well. Let's hope this little hiccup doesn't dampen the mood, because tonight we're having a cocktail party. I know you're expecting a cock joke, but frankly, it's beneath me, and I'd rather have it inside me.
So yeah, on to the mixer. Everybody's vibing, having a good time, but of course, it's a reality show. We can't off the episode like that, right? As the show is coming to a conclusion, we get cut to Phoenix mingling with Tokyo's date. Seeing that, it kind of makes you think, are we bound for some more drama up ahead? Perhaps, but we won't know that if we don't watch more for the love of Dilf, aka Dilf Manor. So if you want more of these, go ahead and show this video love, whether it's subbing to the channel, sub to the channel, what are you doing? Sub to the channel, like the video, or comment down below, alright? Cause I don't mind being the Cody Cole of Dilf Manor.